Today is John Braccio Day. Oh, what's up, Doc? Our segment with Doc Braccio talk about the Christmas spirit. How do you get it? Do you have to have it, really? And when everybody else has it, maybe that's the big problem. I don't know. But Doc Braccio's with us, and I'm glad. Hey, good morning and happy Merry Christmas there, Doc. What's up?
Well, certainly Merry Christmas to you also, my friend. This is the time of year. We do a segment on Christmas. We've been doing this. So this year, we will specifically talk about what we'll call the Christmas spirit. Christmas spirit is a positive level. At a positive level is a time when we really find, more meaning in our lives, and we try to show acts of love, caring, and commitment to human beings we know or even may not know. One need not be one of the 2 billion Christians in the world who see Jesus Christ as their Savior, or who, came here to die for their sins so they can have an eternity in heaven. No. A person can be a Hindu, a Jew, a Muslim, a secular humanist, or whatever one might be, and still love what the Prince of Peace recommended for really all of us to be the best we can. Really, like, what reasonable person does not believe the golden rule of Jesus Christ would be a better way for all of us to live our lives? Do unto others what you would have them do unto you. Pretty basic idea. And when people, mention the obvious flaws of the behaviors of supposed Christians or members of other religious groups, I do respond. It's the belief in God who we need to focus on, not inappropriate behaviors of human beings. Now, to critics who appropriately note that Christmas has become way too commercial, there's too much of a focus on gifts and responsibilities that have nothing to do with the Christmas spirit, I'd agree. And we've talked about this before, and we can hope people will try to eliminate activities that go too far, do not focus on the Christmas spirit. We have talked, like I said before, about limiting the amount of money spent on gifts, just exchanging cards, or simply having each family member receive only one gift so everyone has one, but not a huge amount of gifts that can dampen the whole Christmas spirit and also really lead to unnecessary spending. Psychological study by the American Psychological Association found 38% of persons were stressed during the holiday season. I'm not even sure it's more than that, I might add. This shows there is a need to get back to the Christmas spirit that relates to love and caring for other human beings more than just the responsibilities that come from gift giving and family gatherings that may not be peaceful. Now, for persons who must interact with family members and other persons they would rather not, simply try to be tolerant. It's important to persons you love and care for, and you want to make them happy during the Christmas season. Stay away from controversial subjects and be peaceful. I also find, as we've talked also in the past, Mike, before, I think that watching the Hallmark Channel and other Christmas movies can be really uplifting during this time of year, as well as different movie versions of the timeless Christmas Carol, written in 1843 by Charles Dickens. Now, another part of the Christmas spirit is to call persons who we know are alone and wish them a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Let them know there's someone who cares. And you also, if you really want to get the Christmas spirit, you can invite someone over to your home, really, who you know is alone. So this is the time of year, really, that, we really do want to be having meaning in our lives. We want to show acts of love and caring. So this is the time to do it, Mike. We're right on Christmas Eve, and it's something I'll do year-round, of course, but nothing wrong with trying to have the Christmas spirit this particular year and try to carry it forward. Sure, great time of year.
Well, every year it seems to bring its own challenges, and it's different things. But it's hard to put your finger on that thing, what the Christmas spirit is. Ours, I'll tell you what, this is the first year Lisa's dad will be under our roof. He's living with us now. And I got to tell you, Doc, while there are challenges, I mean, he forgets a lot of stuff, but it's kind of interesting, though. Like, we watched football last night together, just him and me. And we both fell asleep before halftime because it was a Packer blowout. But still,
Right.
We'll probably catch it on Christmas Day as well, if I can get Netflix going. But the thing is to have them under our roof is going to make, like Vigilia I mentioned tonight, and it's going to make Christmas Day all the much better because we've had so many years where we weren't together. I think that's one of the things, maybe, huh? Being together that does it.
Being together, and really, like you say, he's with you, he's sharing experiences. I think that's a really wonderful on your part, and also wonderful for him. We're all the way around as far as that goes. So this is the Christmas spirit. I mean,
here's a question, though, real quick. How do you? If I don't know, there's no simple fix, but if you know someone who's that real bah humbug sort of thing, right? A real Scrooge, just nothing's worked out. They're going to be alone and they're just PO'd about everybody else. There's a lot that can weigh on that. How do you get them out of that?
Well, listen, that's a hard thing to do. I do think so that even our old buddy Scrooge, I still think if you call somebody and you just say hello, they can say, well, that's a good day for me. You can say, well, listen, be that as it may, I just wanted to make contact and say hello and, just do it in the spirit. You're always going to run into negativity. There are people that, like I've said before, like, well, it's a nice day today. That's going to change later today, I'll tell you that. There are the bah humbug people in the world. I just think that if we have a smile, if we care, if we just do what we can do, we can't always deal with the reaction of other people. But I think that if we just try to be nice, try to be helpful, and make phone calls, this is something we can do year round. But I think Christmas is a special time because whether you're a Christian or not, I mean, Christ really was a man of peace, and just we want to try to emulate. We just want to be a good guy. If someone's a Scrooge or negativity or whatever it is, that doesn't mean we have to be that way, and we could still be positive. And again, like I mentioned, this is also a time you may be running into, quote, Uncle Harry, Aunt Mary, something you really don't want to say, okay? And so you just have to try to be friendly and don't, get into discussions, don't get into political, don't get into religion, things that can trigger negativity. Assuming you all don't agree, I'm just saying that this is a time to just, sometimes just be peaceful, be nice, and just, get along. But again, to the negative person, you might as still be positive. Don't have negativity lead to negativity.
Yeah.
You define yourself. If you want to be a peaceful person and you want to have the Christmas spirit and you want to do that, hey, do it and enjoy it.
I'll tell you what, and I know we're running up on time, but this hit me yesterday, Doc. It just came into my head. You can't deny how your positivity, regardless, rubs off on other people. I say that in all sincerity. I had this experience yesterday. Let me just give you this story. I ran just last minute candies and junk like that. I ran into the dollar store. Okay.
Sure.
Crowded as all get out. People, I mean, there's product on the floor and stuff. There's this young lady in there, happy, smiling. She had a Santa hat on, picking stuff up off the floor, cleaning up, and I had to ask her where something was. She's like, oh, yeah, come on. You ever meet those people, the most bubbly, positive people in the world, and well-spoken? And I mentioned it to her because I like to point that stuff out, and I said, I got to tell you, you are effervescent. And I used that word. And I said, you are nice to deal with, effervescent. And she stopped in the aisle, and she turned around, and she goes, in her way, and I will say, good morning, Margot, because I told her where to find us, and I said she's listening this morning. So, Margot, thank you for that. And she's like, well, thanks a lot. And she's just so perky, and you could tell it was her way. That stuff rubs off, because I felt good the rest of the day.
Absolutely, Mike, yes. And we can all do that. And again, even on a bad day, we can still try to find some positivity. We can try to be that way. And take a person like that. She's obviously a happier person by being happy, trying to be happy, replacing negative thoughts with positive thoughts. And just look, that had a good impact on you. And I bet it made you more positive, if that's possible, for the rest of the day.
Sure. The whole rest of the day. And she had every excuse to be grumbly and PO'd. She's in a crowded store. She's got to pick up other people's mess and put it where it's supposed to be. And she's got to answer questions. She's got to be working. She's probably working today. Margot, thank you, Margot, at the dollar store. but she was just happy as could be. Doc, we're up on time. I got to get going. But Merry Christmas, my friend.
Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Same to you. Bye-bye. Talk to you later. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
All right. 1320 WILS. I'm telling you, I wish I got her last name so we could actually really call her out. But she'd be embarrassed. I think she might. But Margot, thank you. 1320 WILS.